It's still September 13th. Couple things. One, I realized September 13th, 4 days. This would have been the fourth day of the third year. It is the fourth day of the third year for me. When I moved out, I realized that last night. I was like, oh, it's been 3 years, or it will be 3 years since I moved out, right? This is 2022. Yeah, because I moved in 2020. So I've officially completed 2 years. I've officially completed 2 years. Yeah. So I've been thinking about, I had this awareness, this, not revelation, but so yesterday, 2 of my clients, another theme was finding the one. It was this element again of realizing, right, their patterns. And at the same time, there's this longing for finding the one, right? So one of them, I shared with them, I'm like, well, do you want to know a secret? And we're already at the end, like we're only checking in once a month. I mean, you want to know a secret? I said, every person that crosses your path is the one, because they're the ones that highlight, right? They highlight what you're needing to learn in that experience, in that moment. And it's just how well are you able to pick up and decode that that's the lesson. And then, the other factors are, well, is this person willing to work at it with you, right? Or were they just there to highlight something for you? Regardless of the outcome, it will be a learning experience. So that's what I was telling them. So one of my clients, the one that we unpacked, we literally mapped out, did a map, a bubble map of her relationships, and listing like the commonalities and just details about it to see if we could pick up on the pattern. So one of the patterns was not being alone. There was so much overlap with each relationship that there really wasn't a time that she was fully just alone and being comfortable being alone. So last week it was the other extreme. I'm not gonna date anymore, like dating like this, right? Like, no. Went to that extreme energetically. So between then and this week, someone, like, it was not even planned. Like, she was like, it's actually a smooth week. Everything was going great. I go to this event, and then there's this guy. She sees him, acknowledges in her mind, like, wow, but no. And so she brings her attention back. Great for him, but not for me, right? But this person pursues her. Reaches out, pursues her. And from what she gathers, the qualities that stand out were the qualities that she had manifested not too long ago. And so then I guess she did an Akashic reading, and that person said the person who's meant for you is just around the corner, like literally just around the corner from where you live. And I guess this person was not that far from around the corner. Not literally around the corner, but not too far away. So she's now like, oh my gosh, like this person is checkbox. But I just made this decision to not date. And so we were just talking about that experience, checking in with her, and there were others that we were talking about, but in regards to relationships, I asked her, how did it feel to reject that, to reject him, the possibility, right? She looked down, she's like, it didn't feel good, because everything in her body was telling her, go towards this person. I said, okay. So then I said, that says something, right? If we're entertaining this idea that we're listening to our body, then and your body is telling you yes, then there's something there that you'll learn. There's something there to pursue. There's something there. There's going to be a golden nugget there. I didn't word it like that, but I'm reflecting on it now. Right? Because your body is showing you, like, here's the thing. The more you're in tune with your body, the more you'll recognize, like, is this because it's something new and different, or is this familiar, right? Is this that trauma bond, that familiarity because like attracts like, right? And on the opposite spectrum as well. Excuse me. So I'm always going to attract my level of healing where I'm at with the people around me, right? So we were just kind of unpacking this choice that she's making, and then she said, but I realized that I don't necessarily have to date him, right? I could still get to know him, I just won't date him. So creating healthy boundaries, right? And honoring, and she created a plan for her. Like, she was just sharing, she's like, and then I thought I need to do this, and make appointments for myself, and make sure I honor that and not allow anyone to like interfere with that, because I need to learn more about myself alone, is what she said. So it's a great plan what she outlined for herself, with this awareness that this also feels good to go towards this person. And so finding the balance, right, with the interactions, and then re-emphasizing that it doesn't matter what you decide to do, even if you do break your boundaries, it's still going to be a learning experience. If you don't, it's still going to be a learning experience, right? I didn't get to tell her this, but I would have liked to have shared, like, what's meant for you will be there for you, or it will catch up to you. So there's always this, it's a reassurance of this whole FOMO, fear of missing out concept, right? Because you're not gonna miss out. You will and you won't, depending on your perspective of, is this the end all be all? And the reality, it's not. There's going to be a variation of the same experience, right? So I was thinking about that a little bit more. And then the client that I had before, I think I mentioned it, right? Or maybe not, maybe I did, I don't remember. But what was I thinking about? Oh, so I did talk about it. What I'm realizing, because I then reflected on my energetic experiences, right? With this person from my past, with Jose, and how he appeared in my dreams. Because then I'm not dating, right? So there's my ex, the person I had an affair with, and then Jose, this person from my past. And then after him, there was Mr. Bumble, that became a friendship. But then after that, before Jose, there was another Bumble person, but that person quickly became a friend, because there was a familiarity in the energy that was very similar to my confident friend. I was like, oh no, this feels different. And I remember telling him, like, I don't feel comfortable moving on in that direction. So we just stayed connected as friends. Then it was Jose. Then it was Mr. Bumble, who became a friend. And then it was Hannah. And then it was the man, the old fire sign, and then the newer fire sign. I didn't date everybody, clearly, right? I didn't date everybody. Like, the Bumbles weren't Bumbles. I didn't date. What do you call it? Meh. But it didn't go beyond friendship. Like, it didn't go beyond friendship. What am I saying about this? You won't have to date forever. That's what I'm thinking. My hypothesis, right, is if we're learning to do relationships differently, and we're learning to trust ourselves, right, then I'm gonna be able to heal myself, and work towards the healing of the parts of me that need more healing energetically. I won't necessarily have to have another full-on dragged out experience with someone. Just enough, just a whiff. And the whiff could be energetic. That's what I was getting at. The whiff could be energetic. So like my client, she went to the other extreme of like, I'm not, that's energy, right? Just the simple fact of saying it out loud is energy. And the emotional experience that she was having was like, no more, no more dating. That was the impact that she received, the energetic impact of that contrast. And that only lasted a week, right? Now, the question will be, how will she manage it moving forward? I don't know. Time will tell. But this is my hypothesis, is that we don't have to fully engage in a relationship to do the healing work. Because all I need is a whiff. With Jose, a lot of the dreams that I had, the ones that evoked a lot of emotion for me when we were interacting, the one where he's controlling, there was an element of control in that dream where, oh gosh, what was it? It didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter what I did. It wasn't enough. And I just wanted him to love me. And it's like everything that I did, he was checking and double checking. And there was an element of control in that. And I remember crying because I could feel the experience, even though that was never a reality. Like that was never a real experience with him. That was just, it was just evoked. It was just evoked. It's just evoked, right? And your dreams evoke healing. They bring about healing. That's why sometimes it's not, unless it's the flashbacks, right, which might be different. The nightmares are it's a whiff of it. It's a similarity. It's not the exact unfolding of events unless it's a flashback or unless it's the recurrent dream. It's gotta be, right? That's what I'm thinking. So even like my client, the client that she ¿cómo se llama? Fired me. We had an interaction. It was a limited interaction. It was a work relationship, a therapeutic relationship. But after it ended, I was getting more dreams. I was getting more dreams. I'm like, okay, I'm needing. What am I needing to learn, right, from this experience? And that's when all of the other dreams were being highlighted. So then, will I have to repeat it? I mean, it makes sense to repeat the cycle, like I said earlier, right? To behaviorally and emotionally realign. So I'll still need the practice of it, right? Kind of like this last fire sign. I was forced to practice verbalizing my discomfort versus running away, which is what I was doing again. Just, it was shorter. It was shorter. I caught myself, right? Versus him reaching out, or it was just this unconditional acceptance on his part. And then I kept getting the signs. I kept getting the triggers when I was just randomly walking at the festival. It was at the Carnaval. And that's when I decided to reach out to him and tell him about my triggers, because then I realized we made that agreement. That makes sense. Anyways, I just want to highlight that before I forget, that the theory is then we can have an energetic experience via our dreams to heal. So then I won't have to go through, like, if I'm entertaining this idea of a spectrum, right, of intensity with each relationship, right? If I can just get the flavor of it on the other side, I don't have to stay there very long. I could just recognize it and be like, oh, that didn't completely feel good, like my client. It was just a week, and when another opportunity presented itself, that felt better. So then that means there's going to be something there for her to learn, to not disregard that pull, right? I don't know. No, but then, yeah, no, yeah, because then I'm thinking about the other pull when I was at the the shop with his brother. There was, but in that one it was uncomfortable. It was an uncomfortable pull. It was a like, I don't want to let you go type of pull. And for me it was like, oh no, like who are you? That I'm having this energetic like, and it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. That was the difference. Whereas in her case it did. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm trying to process this out loud, so I don't forget. That's why I'm recording it. So I don't forget. Hey you, my name is Yubi and I use she, they pronouns, and you've just finished watching a clip from my video diary entries where I'm documenting my healing journey as I learn how to navigate my spiritual awakening. I have learned that this experience and process is unique to each and every one of us in whatever way we are embracing living our truth. This just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of formal mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself as these experiences unfold, and really inviting you along for the ride. Please know that there is a time gap between when these videos post and my real timeline, and also that these clips build upon each other similar to chapters in a book. So if you find yourself lost or confused, feel free to click on the playlist section or the link below, where you can jump around, check out the other chapters, and or catch up. Also, please know that you're more than welcome to check out my website, www.youbecominghealed.com, where I've gathered all of this information, my background, experience, and education to create online self-paced courses to help you on your healing journey wherever you are. You're also more than welcome to check out my other YouTube channel at You Becoming Healed, where I've entertained a podcast, including clips from these courses so that I can make this content accessible to more and more people. Please click like, subscribe, and share this content so again it reaches more people, with the hopes that other people will resonate and connect with the healing journey and the stories shared so that they don't feel alone in their own process. I thank you in advance. I'm grateful to you, and I wish you well.